What is going on, road trippers? Road Trip Nate here, once again. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, as those all important captions at the top stated, I'm doing my top 10 favorite hotels I've ever stayed in, based on my current opinions. Now, a little disclaimer. This is not a video just based on my stay at these hotels. This is about, yes, my stay at these hotels, how my experience was at these hotels, plus my experiences in the area while I was staying at these hotels. And there's a lot of hotels I don't remember. Like 1999, I went to San Francisco and we stayed in a hotel in Flagstaff. I don't remember. And we went to the Grand Canyon after it snowed. I don't remember that hotel. I don't remember the experience because I was too young to remember. But as an adult, 34 years old, the hotels that I can remember that I've stayed in that gave me a good, well-rounded time. Being in the area, being in the hotel. That's why these hotels are in the top 10. It's not just because of these hotels. I know there's more expensive hotels that are in the areas that these hotels are in that I could have stayed at. I could have had a more luxurious time. But the experiences that I keep for the rest of my life were at these hotels. And that's why these hotels are in my top 10. But with that in mind, let's get in there. We've got the list, the all-important list. Coming in at number 10, the Cambria Hotel. One of them that's in Minneapolis. I tried to do my research, but that one, before I started doing this video, I didn't research it, but it's on one of the outskirts of Minneapolis. It's right across the highway from one of the White Castles. I went to the White Castle. This was back in 2020. I didn't get any videos whatsoever, which I should have. But I went through White Castle during the whole COVID pandemic to go to this roofing company to start trying to work at after I lost my job at McKee because of the COVID pandemic. I stopped at the White Castle, went to the Cambria Hotel because that's where they were having the whatever it was called, the orientation class. And it was like a 2-day class. And the first night I was there, I went to the Walmart to get, might have been the second night I was there, went to the Walmart to took an Uber to the Walmart to get the things that I needed for the class. If you were staying at the hotel, well, let's get back to the Walmart deal. I had one Uber driver cancel, and so I had to stay at Walmart for like 45 minutes past when I was planning on wanting to get back to the hotel. I'm like, am I gonna have to walk back to the freaking hotel, walk across the interstate, and go back to the hotel? Because it was like an exit or two away. So I'm like, I don't want to walk with all this stuff across an interstate. I'm like, just pick me up. But while staying at the hotel, you were able to get two free beers per night. You just had to have your room what was that called? The number, your reservation number to be able to get 2 free beers a night, or 2 free beers total, something. It's been 3 years since that happened, but the Cambria Hotel, it was a nice hotel. It was a very nice hotel. It had a bedroom with the entertainment center, and then it had a little living room area, gorgeous little coffee maker, and a bathroom and shower. It was a kind of an upper scale hotel. So I spent, I think, 2 or 3 nights there. But it was a nice hotel that I got put up in. That's why it's on this list. It was an experience of my life. The whole time was an experience of my life that I won't forget. Number 9. Cherokee Casino, West Salem Springs. I have stayed in this hotel probably more than I've stayed in any hotel, because me and my buddy Kenny, he always got free rooms because he gambled a lot at this hotel. So usually every Friday and Saturday night, we would go to this hotel and casino. And I've stayed in this hotel. I think it was late last year, middle of last year. I was like, I'm gonna go stay at the Cherokee Casino just to get out for a night. I stayed there. The rooms are freaking immaculate. They are some of the best rooms I've stayed in. Some of the nicest rooms I've stayed in. Of course, I woke up the next day. Housekeeping is right next door to where I was staying. So they're slamming doors at like 7 a.m. I'm like, really? But the rooms are immaculate. They are some of the nicest rooms I've ever stayed in. But number 8. The Embassy Suites in Buckhead, Georgia. Going down to Atlanta, Georgia, me and my buddy Kenny, we went to go see his son. And after 2 or 3 nights of staying at his son's house, we decided we were going to just go out on town, and we stayed at the Embassy Suites in Buckhead. First time I stayed at Embassy Suites, we ended up going out for a night of drinking, bar hopping, went to this um, went to this Irish pub. We like Irish pubs. Irish pubs are fun, but apparently this Irish pub was a very high-end Irish pub. The cheapest drink we got was a $12 Heineken. First and only time I've ever had a Heineken. But we got back to the Embassy Suites and ordered from some kind of pizza place, pizza and wings. We wanted mild wings. We got extremely hot wings. And we used like 30 different freaking rags and towels to wipe our mouths because it was so freaking hot. The reason I like Embassy Suites is because their breakfast. They have a made-to-order omelet breakfast for free. So that was what I loved about it. Number 7. Let's pause for a quick omission. Did not expect to have to use the restroom, but nature calls. But number 7, the Budget Inn, El Reno. If y'all remember back in 2020, I went on a road trip. It was my first time getting out of the house because of COVID. And I went on a trip. Went through a lot of Oklahoma. I got on Route 66 and stayed at the Roadway Inn, or the Budget Inn in El Reno on Route 66. And tonight's beer of choice, Milwaukee's Best Ice. And took my phone, did a video standing right in the middle of Route 66. That's what made my stay at the Budget Inn so memorable, is because I got to stay in a Route 66-esque hotel, a roadside motel. And I got to have a video right on Route 66, right in the middle. No traffic going by whatsoever. That made that memorable. Moving on. Number 6. The Crowne Plaza in Kansas City. Me and my buddy Kenny, who I'll talk about a few times on this video, who I've talked about many times before, we stayed at the Crowne Plaza because we wanted to go bar hop the Power and Light District. I don't remember when exactly the first time was. But we went there to bar hop the Power and Light District. And it was only 2 blocks away from the Power and Light District. So then the hotel was nice. The Crown Plaza Hotel is nice. So we bar up the Power and Light District. I think we may have only stayed one night, but... And then I went back again when I was coming back from my trip through Colorado in 2020. I went back again and stayed there. And it was just as nice. You had to... The only thing I wasn't thrilled about was going down 15 floors and then having to walk through the lobby and then going down another floor or two to go to the parking garage to go smoke a cigarette. But yeah, it was a very nice hotel. I would definitely stay there again. Moving on. Number 5. The Best Western in Branson, Missouri. Whenever I go to Branson, I strategically locate where I'm staying. On some of my trips to Branson, I just want to do a night out. And so I will stay close to the Branson Landing. My go-to hotel, which is a very nice hotel, usually it's under $100. During COVID, it was like $70, $80 after taxes. I think I even maybe stayed there for $60 some after taxes, but we're getting back to the post-COVID world. During peak tourist season, this hotel is gonna get well over $100. The Best Western in Branson, Missouri. It's right there, just a couple blocks from the landing. But if I want a night out, I will stay at this hotel because it's a nice hotel, but it's not a bank buster. It's close enough I can walk to the Branson Landing, go do a little shopping, go to a couple bars, I can come back to the hotel and just enjoy my night. So that's one of my go-to hotels in Branson. Number 4. The Motel 6 in Hot Springs, Arkansas. The Motel 6 in Hot Springs, Arkansas, I loved it. It's a generic Motel 6 in a decent town. I liked Hot Springs when I was in there. The thing I loved about the Hot Springs Motel 6, it has a balcony overlooking the lake. I've never been to another Motel 6 that has that. That's the main reason it is number 4 on the list. Is because it has a balcony for a Motel 6. Number 3. The Motel 6 in Colorado Springs. This is not so much about the room as it was about the view. I would walk out of my hotel room and just have a picturesque view of Pikes Peak. And every time I walked out of my room, I was like, I could look at this every day. Plus, the Motel 6 in Colorado Springs that I stayed at was right across the street from where my buddy Tim Crawford, who's a co-host on a lot of my videos, where he used to work at. Colorado Springs had a lot of good. It was a fun town. But the Motel 6, these last two Motel 6s that I've talked about on the video, they were just the generic Motel 6s, but like I said, the experiences that I had while I was in the area, the memories that will last a lifetime, put them on the list. Number 2, the White Wing Lodge in Branson, Missouri. The White Wing Lodge is literally the closest hotel to Silver Dollar City. It is literally right up against the parking lot. Like I said with the Best Western in Branson, I will strategically pick the hotel that I stay in. If I want to go to Silver Dollar City, or if I want to go to the Landing, I'll pick one of those two hotels and do Landing or Silver Dollar City and not move my car. The White Wing Lodge is for when I want to go to Silver Dollar City, because I can make that 15-minute walk across the parking lot. Back in February, I think it was, right after this last ice storm we had, I made a one-night accommodation for the White Wing Lodge. Silver Dollar City wasn't open, but I made an accommodation. Well, they found no rooms with a working TV that fit my accommodation. So they put me up in the best room for the same rate that they had, which was basically a 2-bedroom apartment with a full living room, full kitchen, bathroom, and 2 bedrooms. And it is one of the nicest, it was one of the best hotels I've ever stayed in. Hotel rooms I've ever stayed in. And it was, I think, during the Pro Bowl, I believe. The only thing I don't like about the White Wing Lodge, it's the only hotel I've stayed at that you have to have a keypad code. It's like, so after you've been drinking, it's like okay, I gotta remember, type in all these different numbers. But it's proximity to Silver Dollar City. It's not very expensive. Like the Best Western, like I said, it gets expensive during peak tourist season, but you're not spending more than just a little over $100, maybe about $150. And to stay that close to Silver Dollar City, it's well worth it. I mean, the past few years I've had a season ticket to Silver Dollar City, so, you know, I can park my car and just walk over to Silver Dollar City, which Silver Dollar City is probably my favorite amusement park I've ever been to. And it's probably the amusement park, well, it's not probably, it is the most the amusement park I've been to the most. So I like it because it's the convenience. But number one, me and my buddy Kenny, we stayed at a hotel in Wichita. I don't remember the name. I was trying to look it up earlier. I don't even know if it's even still a hotel. If it's still in business. I don't know. I think we spent a night in Tulsa. And we were headed home. And we weren't following GPS. We got turned around on the wrong road or something, and we ended up seeing things that we didn't think we're like, what the hell is going on? What? He's like, Nate, look at the GPS, see where we're at, because I don't remember any of this coming in. And I look at the GPS and I'm like, we're a mile from Kansas. And he's like, are you serious? I wanted to visit Kansas and Wichita. I didn't want to say I wanted to visit it on this trip. So we ended up getting a good deal on it was kind of a suite with a king or queen size bed with a little living room area and a kitchenette with an off bathroom. But then you go up the steps in the same little area and they had a little loft with a twin size bed. That was our accommodations for the night. And I slept up in the loft. My buddy Kenny slept on the queen king size bed. We ended up going out to a couple bars. Excuse me. And it was a fun night. I mean, there had a few fun things that we did at a couple of the bars, but I'll always remember that hotel. I don't even know if it's even still around anymore. I was trying so hard to look it up. But it had probably the best room I've ever been in. And like I said, I'm not going to use hotel rooms. I don't remember, because back in 1999, we went to Flagstaff, or we went to San Francisco and stayed in Flagstaff. I'm not going to use our extended stay vacation rental that we used in 2016 in Dauphin Island. These are just the 10 hotels that I've stayed at for just a couple nights. 1 to a couple nights. Because I probably could have put my stay with my family at Dauphin Island, at the Holiday Isle, at number 1, because that probably could have been number 1. I probably could have put my grandma's timeshare at number 1 in Branson, at the Branson and Nantucket. But these are just my top 10 favorite hotels. I have the criteria that I wanted to use. If you're new here, please feel free to hit that subscribe button after the video to stay notified on my current and future whereabouts. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know you care. This is Road Trip Nate saying, until next time, Road Trippers.